Discuss whether the advantages of privatizing an industry will always outweigh the disadvantages. Privatization refers to the process of transferring ownership of an industry from the public sector to private entities. There are several potential advantages to privatizing an industry, but these must be weighed against the possible disadvantages. One of the primary advantages of privatization is increased efficiency. Private firms tend to operate with a profit motive, encouraging them to minimize costs and improve productivity. This often leads to better allocation of resources, innovation, and improved service quality, as competition forces firms to be more responsive to consumer needs. In contrast, state-owned enterprises may lack such incentives and can suffer from inefficiencies and bureaucratic delays. Another advantage is increased government revenue. The sale of state-owned assets can provide the government with a significant one-time financial boost, which can be used to reduce public debt or reinvest in public services like healthcare and education. Additionally, privatization can reduce the financial burden on governments, as they no longer have to subsidize inefficient industries. However, privatization has its downsides. One major concern is the potential for monopoly power. If an industry lacks sufficient competition after privatization, a private monopoly may emerge, leading to higher prices and reduced service quality. This is particularly problematic in industries that provide essential services, such as utilities or transportation, where consumers have little choice but to rely on a single provider. Income inequality is another possible disadvantage. Privatization often results in job cuts as firms strive for greater efficiency. This can lead to unemployment, particularly in industries that previously relied on government support to maintain employment levels. Moreover, the benefits of privatization may not be equally shared, with wealth potentially concentrated among a few individuals or investors who acquired the privatized assets. In the short run, the advantages of privatization, such as increased efficiency and government revenue, may seem appealing. However, in the long run, disadvantages like monopolistic behavior and unemployment may rise if proper regulatory frameworks are not in place. For essential industries, the government may need to maintain some controls or regulations to ensure fair pricing and access to services. In conclusion, whether the advantages of privatization outweigh the disadvantage depends on the industry and the regulatory measures in place. Privatization is not always beneficial, and careful consideration must be given to the potential social and economic impacts, especially in essential services.